tradition of storytelling is ancient in India. In Vedic times, it served as an entertainment between rituals. It was the responsibility of the court poet to tell the stories of gods, kings, and sages. Stories were mainly of two types, Puran and Itihas. Purans referred the stories of the gods, kings, and sages that the storyteller had simply heard from somebody else. Itihas, on the other hand, were stories that the storyteller had known by himself. Ramayana and Mahabharata fall in the category of Itihas because their composers Valmiki and Vyas claimed that they had personally known the events they were speaking of because they were a part of these stories themselves. Though the Ramayana is said to be predating the Mahabharata, we can find various similarities between these two epics. In this video, we look into how both these epics include the devotees of Shiva, the destroyer of Trinity in Hindu mythology.
In the Ramayana, Ravan is described as Shiva's most ardent devotee. Ravan composes the Rudra Strota, a song in praise of Shiva, and designs the Rudra Veena, a lute dedicated to Shiva, using his heads as a god, his hands as the beams, and his nerves as the strings. He even seeks to carry Mount Kailash to his home in Lanka, but is stopped by Shiva, who presses his big toe against the mountain slope and creates so much pressure that Ravan buckles and gets trapped under the mountain, eventually begging for forgiveness. He then obtains from Shiva a special sword known as the Chandrahas. After killing Ravan, Ram establishes a Shivlinga at Rameshwaram to thank Shiva for his help and to apologize for killing his devotee. In the Mahabharata, Arjun gets the Pashupatarth missile from Shiva. And just as Shiva crushes Ravan's pride, Shiva also humbles Arjun. During his exile, Arjun goes into the forest and prays to Shiva when a wild boar attacks him. Irritated, he shoots at the wild boar. Later, he is surprised to find that the boar struck with 2 arrows, not one. A tribal hunter or Kirat claims that he has shot the animal. The entitled prince dismisses the hunter's claim and is challenged to a duel to prove his worthiness. In the fight that follows, Arjun realizes that the tribal is more than a match for him. Defeated and humbled, he recognizes Shiva in the hunter and begs for forgiveness. He is thus granted with the Pashupatarth missile. Shiva is the god who takes no sides. In the Ramayana, he supports Ram and Ravan. In Mahabharata, he supports both the Pandavas and the Kauravas. Shiva gives Pashupatarth to Arjun and he blesses Drupad with children. Shikhandini, Dhrishtadyumna and Draupadi, who eventually become the cause of the death of the Kauravas, Drona and Bhishma. Shiva also helps Ashwatthama kill Drupad, Shikhandini, Dhrishtadyumna and all of Draupadi's children in their sleep on the night following the end of the Kurukshetra war. Many see the Ramayana and the Mahabharata as revealing the rivalry between the Shiva worshippers, Shaivas, and the Vishnu worshippers or the Vaishnavas. So Ram, who is a Vishnu avatar, kills Ravan, who is a Shiva devotee. And in Mahabharata, Krishna, who is a Vishnu avatar, kills various worshippers of Shiva, including Bana, king of Sonitapur, Kalyavan, who attacked Mathura on Jarasandha's orders, Kashiraj, who attacked Dwarika to avenge the death of his friend, the king of Pondarka, and Shelva, who attacked Dwarika with his flying chariot. Others see Ramayana and Mahabharata as uniting Shiva and Vishnu. So when Vishnu descends as Ram, Shiva comes to his aid as his younger brother Lakshman, who is quick-tempered and lacks Ram's patience. When Vishnu becomes Krishna, Shiva becomes his elder brother Balaram, who is short-tempered and unable to understand Krishna's guile. In the Hindu iconography, Lakshman and Balaram are shown as white complexioned like Shiva, while Ram and Krishna are both depicted as blue like Vishnu. In the Bhakti period, many began to see the celibate and detached Hanuman as an avatar of Shiva who helps Ram and inspires Arjun. In both epics, there is the mention of Ram and the Pandavas establish Shiva temples during their respective years in the forest exile. Ram prays to Shiva in Rameshwaram in the south and Rishikesh in the north to cleanse himself of the sin of killing a Brahmin, Ravan, and many of the Rakshasas of Lanka. In Kedarnath, the story goes that after killing the Kauravas, the Pandavas went to the Himalayas to cleanse themselves of the demerit earned from killing their cousins, the Kauravas, their brother Karna, their teacher Drona, and the foster father Bhishma. Shiva refused to meet them and ran away, taking the form of a bull. But the Pandavas tried to catch hold of him, forcibly tearing the bull apart, each piece becoming a Shivalinga that is worshipped in the Himalayan region even today. In Puri, Odisha, it is said that the Pandavas visited the Jagannath temple during the year when they were in disguise, and each one of them established a temple dedicated to Shiva in the vicinity. Similar stories of Ram or the Pandavas establishing Shiva temples can also be found in both Kerala and Maharashtra. Thank you.